Okay, so we're back. I just roughly carved in a little notch there on the wood. It's very rough. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. What we're going to do now is what's called the burn-in. And it's a great opportunity just to kind of, well, first of all, I mean, you make the shape. You want to make this just like with hand drill. You want to make that shape so that your spindle fits nice and tightly in there. We'll carve a notch, make it look all pretty, and then try and bust out a coal if we can. So I'm gonna get nice and comfortable. Now, stance is everything with this. Okay, you want all your muscles are going to be. It's like any other sport or martial arts. If you've done it, all of your body muscles are working as one. Okay, so they're going to be tight, condensed, and ready to go. That being said, you want to stay loose, very much like martial arts. So what I like to do, again, I'll wrap around because this connects my arm, my shoulder, everything to my leg and to my knee, and I can push against my leg with my arm, and I can also push against my arm with my knee, so it kind of locks me in place. It's still raining a little bit, but I think we should be fine. Okay, so you want your spindle on the outside of your string. Okay, you want the string to be on the inside between the spindle and the bow. So the best way to do that, always do it the same way, is thread up, twist forward. Okay. Now you'll see my bow, the string's a little loose. I can let go and it falls, but you know, sometimes you can let go and it'll go flying. It wants to go. I prefer a little bit looser of a string because you can always control and tighten it down here. Okay, see this string there? Okay, there it is. You can pull it tight with your fingers. So the reason I like to do that, if I didn't mention it already, is because one of the most difficult parts of bow drill, in my opinion, is once you've got the coal. Once you've got the coal and you're all excited, you stop working the drill, and you've got to pull your spindle up. And if it's tight and wound and wants to go, there's a high likelihood that in that process, especially if you're cold, tired, hungry, thirsty, that you'll lose that spindle, and boom, there goes your coal. There goes, you know, whatever. So I like to keep it a little bit loose so that I can tighten it with my hand to get the tightness that I need, and then when I'm ready to check my coal, I let loose so that when I can lift that spindle, I've got relatively little resistance. So I'm going to put the bearing block on top. I'm going to show you another hint. Okay, so you want this to turn as easily as possible. One of the ways to do that, your nose, your face, especially when you're hot, it has greases and oils on there, natural oils. It sounds gross, but it's true. Take the spindle, wipe it right in between where your nose is. It's a natural lubricant. Okay? So, there we go. So, let's string this up. Now we've done that, I like to start off about in the middle of the spindle. And then as you work the spindle, it will move around. It'll want to jump around on you. You can control that. Well, you'll feel it, basically, but by moving your elbow up and down, you can lower it or raise it. We've got some visitors back there. So let's get right to it, see if we can get our burn in. I'm going to keep my stance nice and solid. If you can keep a 90-degree angle, that's great. Probably preferred. I don't always do that. Let's go. Let's start getting the burn in. I'm putting some downward pressure. My notch is a little bit too little. That squeaking noise that you're hearing, that's not that great. That means that you're glazing over, you're not getting friction. It should go away. Nice, long, even strokes. Breathing. Make sure you're breathing. This doesn't happen instantaneously. Oop, see, there we go. I lost my spindle. This is real life. I'm not going to edit that. Goes to show I could use a little practice too. Starting to hear that sound change a little bit. Oh, now it's really changing. See the smoke? We're getting the smoke. We're getting the burn in. Nice long strokes. I'm going to stop right there. Got a nice fit. It's a little loose. I probably should burn that in a little more. In fact, I'm gonna. Lock into my stance. Nice long strokes. I'm breathing. Let it smoke. I don't need to go terribly fast right now. Got smoke coming everywhere. The spindle's heating up a little bit, so I might actually shape that a little bit when I cut my notch. So here's my burn-in. That'll be more than fine. And here is the bottom of my spindle. No, I'm sorry, that's the top of my spindle. You can see I need to thin that out again. It'll chew its way through, no matter how good of a shape you have. You know, it will wear down as it's spinning. You just can't avoid that. But this should have been probably a little better shaped before I started. And then here's the bottom. Nice and perfect. So I'm gonna go cut a notch, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and I carved my notch. I got a little aggressive on it, but that's all right. You can see not only is the notch flared out this way, but if you look in here, you can see I also flared it out going in and going away. So like flared like that, and also to either left or right, either side. Not very explaining it very well, but I'm sure you know what I mean just by looking at it. So now we're going to try and get a coal. I guess I'll use this piece of bark as a coal catcher. Make sure that everything's in the camera. I think it really is. I'm going to move back a little bit. Okay, much better. So I'm going to take my coal catcher, I'm going to put it underneath my hearth board, which hopefully I've managed to keep everything relatively dry. It has been rainy today, but bow drill is relatively forgiving. So now we're going to go over a couple of, I don't know, troubleshoots or hacks. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my knife, and I'm just going to just slightly graze on a diagonal and down. And what I'm doing is I'm scuffing up the spindle. This will take away any smoothness that might have been created during my burn-in. Paracord kind of has a tendency to do that because it's not non-organic material. Oops. I can sharpen that a little bit too. Forgot to do that. My knife isn't as sharp as it could be. But it's not too bad. Alright, that's good enough. Don't need to perfect the grip on these things. Fits good. Give it some help. Load up. Spindle's on the outside. Hopefully this, I can't see it, but hopefully you can. Nice stance. I'm not going to rush anything. I'm going to have nice, long, smooth strokes. Okay, right now I'm just trying to create some heat. I don't like that sound. Starting to rise up, right up a little bit. I'm getting tired, so let's just reset. Again, this is live. I'm not going to edit out my failures. Okay, nice long, smooth strokes. Kind of get into a rhythm. Getting smoke, but I don't have enough dust down there. So I'm not going to turn the heat on just yet. Now I'm getting some dust, I can see it. Nice long strokes. When I find myself doing short strokes, I correct myself. Now I've got some dust, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. If you stop and it smokes by itself, which this is, yeah, the wind will probably take that, but let's just make it happen. Whoop. Might have gotten a little too aggressive on my notch. So I keep losing my spindle. That's okay, this is a good opportunity to troubleshoot. I'm going to get myself a little bit scratched up here. This is fire, people. It doesn't always happen, no matter how good you are, which I'm not at bow drill. I'm just saying. If this was hand drill and I failed twice, I'd be cold tonight. But because it's bow drill, I can let my muscles recuperate a little bit. Try it again. If I'm getting too much spinning, I can even take a little bit of sand, drop it in there. That'll help give me a little bit more friction. I really should just re-notch this, but I'm stubborn and I don't want to do it. I'll show you. Do you see how when that spindle fits into that notch, I should have gone way deeper. If I'm going to go that aggressive with the cut, that notch should be deep, should be way deeper. Goes to show I'm used to hand drill, where you can get away with the half and half, but on bow drill you pretty much have to have it buried. Okay, so I'm back. I got a little sidetracked, so it's getting a little bit dark, but I think I could probably still pull this off. Got another hearth board. I've done my burn-in all ahead of time, so you saw it the first time, so you know pretty much what the deal is. This time, what I did try and do is I burnt in a lot deeper than I did the first time, and a little further back in my notch. I think that's what my problem was, is when I carved the notch, I guess I'm saying notch twice, the divot, I pushed the divot back, and when I carved the notch in the front, I made it a little bit longer, so this way hopefully my spindle won't be popping out as much. So we'll see if that works. That should work. But again, it's fire, you never know what's going to happen, so let's give it a shot. Put my coal catcher under here. It's getting pretty small. Hopefully this one works. Okay. I'll lock my elbow in, my wrist. Try and keep things nice and straight. Okay, I'm good. Feels comfortable. Move my foot back just a little bit. And I'm going to start creating my dust. riding up on the spindle a little bit, so I'm going to fix that. There we go. Nice even strokes will correct that. Smoke. Okay, let's speed up. All right, I think we got it this time. I'm just gonna let it sit there, let the more of that dust catch. I can see the coal building. Oh, great. Works like a charm. And fan it a little bit. Which brings me to another good point. Once you get your coal, don't be in a rush. It's not going anywhere. If anything, oh, I got a loose chicken over here. If anything, it's going to get bigger in time. So let it sit there and fan it a little bit. We have a nice big robust coal. Not sure if you can see that. There you go, you can probably see that. So, there's the bow drill in action. You got to see me fail, you got to see me succeed. Hopefully you had fun watching this video. If you have any questions, any suggestions, anything at all, please feel free to post in the comments. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Find a reason to get out and enjoy nature. Take your shoes off if you can. I can't wait to be back and see you again.